Okay, and this one we're going after Hateno Tower. Now it's kind of hard to show on the map since I don't have it open yet, but if you're going from Kakariko Village early on in the game to Hateno Village, you're going to come down this way, and when you get, before getting back to Dueling Peak Stable, you're going to take this road here and head out this way. So usually when I get to right about this point, it's got a little map or a little bridge going across. That's where I usually stop to get it, but you got to be careful because there's bokoblins hiding behind that rock and that rock. I just fought them before recording. You want to be prepared for those. I'm going to put a pin on the tower. Leave my horse right down here. You want to have fire arrows too if you're going to do this. And here's something that I've never really mentioned in any of my videos before, but if you've got like a 14-point soldier's broadsword armed and you run into a choo-choo, probably best to switch down to a weaker weapon. You don't want to waste good weapons on weak enemies. So you use your good weapons on tough weapons and tough enemies, weak weapons on weak enemies. And there are bokoblins here. Kind of hard to sneak up on them when you're on the rocks. Okay, and you want to use, after I just got done explaining, use tough weapons on tough enemies and weak ones on weak ones. I made the mistake of forgetting. I'm going to throw this at him. Great, missed him. You can get bokoblin guts. Now, early on in the game, I saved my bokoblin guts and choo-choo jelly to upgrade the soldier's armor that I'm going to be getting in the Hateno Village video. And there is a moblin. Yeah, see, I don't go after the brown bokoblins too much. I kind of just ignore them. At this point in the game, I usually go after the blue ones because sometimes you get moblin or bokoblin guts out of them. The brown ones you don't. You can get moblin guts too, I go for those, but there's certain moblins that have them and certain ones that don't, and I'm pretty sure these brown ones don't have them. So while I'm on my way to the tower, I'll get those. You know, if it's raining, you can't get this tower. So one thing I hate in the game. They throw rain in there and it's like there's no way to get around it. because you need fire arrows. Let's see if this will work, because rain's going to put the fire arrows out right away, but hopefully this overhang might protect. Yeah, see, it's got enough overhang to protect. So I guess it will work. But see, there's one thing that's my biggest complaint about this game is the excessive amount of rain that hinders your efforts to do just about anything as far as climbing, using fire arrows, bomb arrows. And I mean, there have been so many times where I've gone so far, I got a plan to climb a mountain or something to get something, and you just, after like 20-25 minutes of all that work of doing it, you get there and it starts raining, so it's like, okay, now I just gotta stand here and do nothing, or I have to go somewhere else and do something else. I mean, Nintendo is good for creating obstacles, but giving you a way to get around those obstacles, like you have to figure out how to do something. But now when it comes to rain, there's no way to get around it. There's nothing you could do. You can't get like an umbrella or anything. So I mean, that's something you would expect to see in an old LJN game. It's not like Nintendo to create, to put you in a no-win situation. I get more thorns here to burn. I mean, I think the designers would have thought, okay, here's a situation that requires rain, or requires like fire or climbing, so we're not going to put any rain in this part. But it's like, they didn't even, it's like, how did they not think of that? I mean, other than that, most of the game is perfection. It's like they took all the Nintendo designers who designed the best NES games and put them all together on this one game, but then they hired one guy who published games for LJN and said, okay, well, most of the games that we released had this and this in them, put the players in a no-win situation, so let's do something like that. Now, technically, LJN never developed any games, they just published them. But I'm thinking they probably had some type of say on what they wanted in the game. They probably worked with the game developer saying, okay, this is how we want it, this is what we want to do. I mean, every LJN game, well, not everyone, but most of them were all developed by different video game developers. And it's like, how could every single video game developer that did an LJN game, how could they all have such terrible ideas? So here's where I'm going to use a stamina refiller. I use a weak one here. I don't need that much stamina. That's Hateno Tower. If you enjoy hearing me rant about things, you can watch my full playthrough, and there's a lot of things that just irritate me. So here's the Hateno region. Got Hateno village right here. The reason it's flashing is because I'm at the point in the game where it's part of my mission. The locked mementos, which we'll be seeing a video on that. So actually I don't think there are any stables at all in this region. But quite a few shrines. Sometimes from these towers you can just look around and look for shrines. Like you see that shrine right there. If it's blue, I've already beaten that. That might be the dueling. Oh no, that's the one by the Dueling Peak stable. Okay, and from this point I just place a pin by my horse and glide in that direction. And that is how you get the Hateno Tower.